Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Mario Kart Boards cast. Today, we have a match coming out of Group B. We have Megavolt versus Lightspeed. These two teams are second and third in their division, right behind Ethereal. And they're going to be fighting for that spot because it's a three-way tie for second place between them, these two teams, and Apocalypse 2. So it's going to be a pretty tight finish. And here to discuss that with me is my casting partner, Yoshter.
Yep. Looks like this group, second to fourth, is up for grabs. Obviously, you want to try to make it to the winner bracket over the loser bracket.
All right. From Megavolt's side, we have KA, we have Yax, who will be watching today, Lifeboat, Maq, and Emperor bagging against Lightspeed's Arbor, Maxi, Paragon, Mystic, and Miles. Now, I have played against Megavolt like probably 1,000 times, I think. And they have a pretty good lineup today. This is probably one of their better lineups. Not too many weak points. They're missing out on Revise today, but still 4 really strong runners. And Emperor has been bagging a lot lately, even though I don't think he's their main bagger. I think they usually have Connor bag. The Emperor is still a pretty solid bagger, so shouldn't be too much of a detriment to them. Lightspeed. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Well, no, that's fine. I was just gonna say, like, MV's been around for decent amount now, like a couple of years, right? So yeah. I feel like everyone kind of understands their lineups and rosters. For Lightspeed, it's a little bit more uncommon.
Lightspeed is missing out on Kunai today, who has been their top scorer so far through MKPS. But next up is Paragon for them, who they still have. And Maxi is actually usually their bagger, and he's running today, so it's going to be kind of interesting to see how well they're able to, use that. But Miles is a really strong bagger as well, so I think it's going to be pretty close in the bagging department. Maybe give Miles a bit of an edge just because he has more experience. I think Megavolt does have the edge running-wise, though, today.
All right, so out of curiosity, in this group or whatever, Nightfall replaced Blue Thunder, right?
Yes.
For this group. So it'll be interesting to see if they are allowed to replay any of the matches. I know it's up to the other team, but if they're not, and that's very unfortunate. But regardless, MB has to play Nightfall week 5, it looks like. And the Nightfall also plays Ethereal. But so I guess the other teams, they could still take their free win. It'll be interesting to see like what the other teams do if they want to risk losing, but just like kind of being like nice about it, I guess, in terms of playing the match. So that might actually mess up the seedings when it comes to 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. But yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait and see what teams will replay Nightfall, and that'll change up the standings in this group.
Nightfall have a pretty good lineup. They have a lot of old school players, some strong players. I know they have Brawly, they have Iric, a few others. They have Life, I'm pretty sure. So they're definitely going to be a good team if they're able to replay some matches. I think they have a chance to contend for the top bracket.
Yeah. Regardless, this is a pivotal matchup between these two teams. Fight it out and see what happens.
I think it's gonna, this is definitely one of the closer groups that are in MKPS. There's a few that are kind of lopsided for 1 or 2 teams, but this is not one of them. There's a good amount of teams contending. We have both of these guys, Apocalypse 2, now Nightfall's in the mix. There's a lot going on in this division that's going to be shaking up these next 2 weeks. Now we're watching Yax today. What I noticed from MV is that Yax is kind of the center of their communication, so it's going to be interesting to see his perspective and how he's going to play in a league match. If he's going to be, calling most of the shots, if he's just going to stay up front, if he's going to schlag for his teammates, because Maq and KA are both really strong runners, so maybe he'll defend them. I think it's going to be interesting to see how he plays today.
All right, let me ask you a question because the room just reset. Do you think rooms should have a certain amount of what's the word I'm looking for? In terms of spots? Like, let's say the other team is hosting, right? And you're the team that's not the hosting team. Do you think you should get 2nd and 4th in the room to make it a little bit more fair in terms of spots going into race 1?
Well,
like mandatory spots or no? Just
there is already a rule that it has to be mutual. You have to be mutual for the 1, 3, 5, 7, 2, 4, 6, 8 spots. And I played a match for Avail where we did that once, and it worked out pretty well. It only really matters races 1, 5, and like 9, I think. And so it's not a huge deal, but I'm pretty sure it is mandatory once the brackets come. So
okay.
We'll see how that changes once it starts. All right, let's go into MVPs. winning, losing. Yoshter, you can go first like always.
Oh. Well, if the item wheel lags, which we could see, the item roulette. I mean, I think we've all been there playing versus MV where it just lags for some reason. I don't know if that's Nact, but he has the most experience with that, I think. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Nact 114. I don't think Lightspeed is gonna be prepared for it if it does start happening. So I'll go Nact on this one.
Nact 114.
Just for that, yeah. 114. Okay. Item wheel cheese.
Item wheel cheese. 114.
I'll go MV wins by 42.
42. Okay.
Alright, pick Lightspeed.
Yeah, now it's my turn to pick Lightspeed, right? I mean, I had to take the hot. Last week I nailed it with the EA thing. I'll take Paragon MVP 104, and I'll take Lightspeed winning by 16. 16 for Lightspeed. I mean, MV is a really solid team, obviously, and they have the strong runners, but Lightspeed, after I looked at the scoreboard last night, the results, I think that Lightspeed they're doing something right, because the lineup may not show it with the names, but...
Well, this is their first true test in this group.
Yeah, this is a good...
So, I don't know how good Astronomical is, but they seem like they crushed it pretty easily, so...
I looked at the scores, and Lightspeed's beating these teams that Megavolt beat by about the same. So...
Right. But they haven't played... Well, they did play Ethereal season, but that's kind of like a given loss, I feel like, so...
Alright, it looks like we're ready to get started. Sorry for that delay, guys. But I think there was some problems with Miles being able to join, so... Getting started now. We are watching Yax, who is a Rosalina main, so... Obvious pick here.
Ha ha ha!
Alright. Let's get this started. MV versus L.
2020.
I know, imagine. MV versus L, Group B, Week 4. Coming down the home stretch of the MKPS group stages.
Alright, so MV's top 3, you know what that means. It's BCWE time!
It's an easy BCWE. Gotta assume at least one of them knows how to do glitch, even if it's on Funky Kong, so.
Alright. Does the item roulette lag? Yes or no?
I'll say for the first race it will. After that, it'll be fun.
Okay, so Delfino coming out for L.
So, Lifeboat. I don't know, kind of loud.
BCWE.
Looks like I got the room started, so I guess I can't complain. We're starting off with BCWE. An easy advantage here for MV as long as they hold the top spots to the first turn, which is sometimes poses a problem.
Yeah, they might all backspam their items.
It looks like a little bit of a lag start for second place with Maxi. He's already breaking into the top spot.
Oh, wow, look at that. Clean item roulette right now.
Yeah, that's an easy stream pull for Yax. Top 2 early for MV. Looks like they're going to hold it to the first TS ramp, which is pretty important.
Yeah, it's nice to see them not get completely destroyed. It looks like one of them did, but I mean, it's still good to have top 2.
Yep. No daisies in the room. Yax might be opting to block the cut. No, he's just going to hold the bananas. So still top 2 for MV. They're not worried about anyone taking glitch, it looks like.
Yeah, right now they're just going to run it up until L, it's the shock or a blue shell. So
Miles fell off doing one of the bagging strats before the TS ramp, so he is going to be falling behind early in the bagging department. So MV is more likely to get the shock, at least that's what it looks like right now.
And there's the first blue. Well, interesting to see if that splits or not. That was very close. And it did split, it looks like. Or they got caught. I think
it might have split, because that's a 1-3 now. 1-3-4 for L.
Get the blue. So that's going to help a little bit reset some of the spots, but... Wait, did it not split? I guess it didn't. Oh, no, it did. Okay.
I think it did, because Lifeboat's nowhere to be found.
Yeah, he did. So, yeah, MV's going to be 1-3 now after an L member died before the blue shell, and then obviously after it. So, interesting change of events there, though.
Arbor now their only top spot. See both the baggers going forwards. So I think Emperor might have it, because it looks like he's running away from Miles.
And he's able to get a drafted trail Arbor, so he hits him right out of there. So MV's now top 3, as we saw KA behind EX.
Yeah, top 3 for MV. Nact way ahead.
Yeah, dude, Nact 114, bro. Her here first. And he's gonna back So I guess K might not be third. Then yeah, we see Gabriel now third, I think.
And if NB has shock, it's going to be a pretty huge race for them because L will not be able to catch their top spots without it.
Yeah, so they need shock, or 2 blue shells in the span of a few seconds here. Doesn't look like they're going to get a blue off though, so they need a last second shock here. Let's see if they have it. They should TS second versus pretty far.
Oh, and there is a late
the blue shell.
And a dodge
He's
for
gonna
MB,
cancel it or something. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
It's like a cancel. Dodging KA.
Yeah, but Paragon
triple reds might be able to break this up a bit.
Failed, and he's able to still escape. Oh no, he didn't.
No, he got him on the line. So that's gonna be a second for L. It's a little bit of
crazy.
Comeback.
I don't know how that man fluffed up, but he fluffed
up. Pressure got to him. A lot of guys. There's a lot of red shells around him. Finish off in second. So it's going to be, I think, a 1-3-4 for MV.
It's still a good race for MV, though. So,
pretty good shock usage for MV. Yeah, so a 1-3-4-6. So they're going to still get a really good race out of it. Good shock usage from MV, canceling the blue, getting Yaks on the ramp, and dodging KA. The only unfortunate part about when you use a shock that late is it's super, super easy to predict. So obviously,
yeah, I mean, I guess they dodged one L member, but that was it, I think. So it wasn't even that bad. Should have been a top 2-4 though, but a 1-3-4 is still a good race. Probably see some TFs here, or some sort.
Yeah, some TFs, maybe some draft tracks like Bowser Castle 64. Yeah, RBC, pretty good pick here for MV. Delfino Square from Lightspeed. Another kind of a drafting track, but it's pretty easy to just kind of stop at the boxes for a set and get something good to catch up. So kind of a reset track there, which makes sense.
Yeah, so regardless, MV gonna get their pick. So 1-3-4. Fourth's gonna try to draft first. Third might try to swerve a little bit. Try to prevent fifth from drafting off a second, but it looks like he's just gonna go to the left. So we don't see anyone draft. Okay, then
one draft from Lifeboat coming out of 6th place. So another top 2 early on for MV.
Able to kind of squeeze his way up the second. Very nice from Yaks not to get hit out of that.
Now, like we said before the match, MV definitely has the running advantage. So lap 1 makes it especially important for L to just crack those top spots. Don't let them break away. We saw Maq break away really, really easily last race. And you can't let that happen. I know there were 3 blues, and they got blue pretty early lap 2, but you got to crack into those top spots if you have any chance of catching these guys. Because the bagging battle is going to be too even to just rely on shock.
Yeah, so quick MV top 2 right here. I think L, they're going to need a blue or something or shock.
Yeah.
So once
being
again,
in first and second, especially after lap 1 on this track, where it's so easy to hit back spam and it's so easy to use effective back spam, they're going to be breaking away. But
what MV should be doing is they probably should be double back spamming unless they are like top 3-4 or top 3 or top 4 for that matter. But
we see both baggers going forwards already, so it looks like I think Emperor probably has it because he's way ahead, probably running away from Miles. But it doesn't look like
we saw
an item, so
we're seeing some Funky Kong spin out on the mini map, just making this top 2 lead even bigger for MV. So they really need to start getting up there. They need a shock usage or something. But
it looks like Miles is bagging, billing, excuse me. So I think Emperor has shock. Looks like he did stop just to stay away from him. Miles is gonna have a tough time getting it out of him.
So it looks like this should be kind of a free top 2 unless we're gonna hit walls, but it doesn't really matter as much.
It doesn't really matter when your teammate's behind you. Still a huge breakaway for these guys.
Top 2 should be secured in the bag, especially if they have shock, like you said they do. It was an uneventful top 2 run, so we just decided to skip it, guys. Okay. Decided to skip it.
They were running top 2 the whole time.
We were running out of things to say because we were saying the same things probably over and over. So just a top 2, okay?
Yeah, it was a top 2 for MV, as we all saw.
Exactly.
No worries.
Just we're just going into the future. See, look at that top 2. Get back top 3.
Top 3.
Very uneventful things to say. Great race for MV.
Great race for MV. Late shock usage. And they're going to come off to a pretty early lead here.
So, first 2 races, front runs for the most part. BCB was a little bit weird where they kind of did get hit out of top spots, but they were able to reclaim them pretty quickly. But RBC was a very uneventful race. And you wonder if L got any sort of shrooms or anything, because you can shroom up the first on that track if you don't hit anything. So, I don't know, kind of weird.
Must have not been able to get them early because MV was up there the whole entire time.
I'm just going to assume that...
The classic MV track, Yoshi falls from the top spots.
I'm just going to assume that they missed a couple boxes or something, because there are a good amount of boxes for set. I want to say there's like, what, 6? Is there 6?
Yeah.
You know that? Yeah.
I think there's 6.
So there should, you should have a good chance of pulling something useful. So L finally gets their first track pick after MV got 2 of them in a row consecutively with those top spots. 32-point lead already. They're going to need at least a winning race to kind of stop this mini run MV is going on.
They're going to want to stop the bleeding as soon as possible before it's too late and they have to really come back. So are we going to see anyone drafting up? Possibly no. So MV's just going to run and top way to the left. So early lead here for MV.
So it looks like all 3 from MV ran past the first set. So this is where if you're L, you got to take advantage. You got to pull some sort of shrooms here.
You're really not going to see who's going to be ahead until after the shortcuts. So we'll see who's able to come out on top after this. And
so we see a few people doing double. Actually, wait, hold on. Okay,
looks like we have L first place for L. Yeah. Oh, and he stops himself.
That's one for the bloopers. Oh no.
Oh my god. And now he's gonna be 8th with the single green.
It's alright. Yeah, so MV looks like they're 7-8, and then we saw L in first earlier. So L's pretty good spots right now. I mean, MV's pretty far behind. A shot could really be useful though, if the axe could pull something decent. But this might actually
Miles is going forwards. I think L has shock, if I had to guess.
Okay, if L has shock, that's not...
See, a lot of them dropping for boxes. It's a good chance that they're going for stars right now. Max is going around.
I think they just got hit, to be honest, because they were pretty far ahead. Ooh, it's a good pull. But regardless, L should be getting first, though.
Yeah, L should be getting first. Pretty huge lead here for Gabriel.
So, MV 2-3-4, though, but if L has shock, that's looking pretty solid. Considering they are literally bottom 3, and I don't think MV has any dodges, especially after that foul.
Yeah.
So they could just shock into second set and pull some shrooms at least, even if they don't have stars.
At least if they have 1, maybe 2 stars, they can use a super effective shock. So hopefully they're able to do that.
Someone got a TC though, and I think that's going to slow down L a little bit, regardless. But we're going to see this shock.
There's the shock. They're getting into boxes. Dodge 1 in a star. Here he comes through double.
There's an early shock, and Maxi
looks like he through Doc.
You know, it's because he used his star early, so he got a worse chain. So it kind of sucks for him. But regardless, it's a 1-3-5 for L, and he got red. TC. So let's see if he got redded.
Maq died, so it's gonna be top 2 for L.
The top 2 for L.
Looks like 3-4-5 though.
Yeah, MV.
So a lot of bottom spots still for Lightspeed, but they're able to secure that top 2. This is what they need, especially when you're down early. You just want to get some top spots.
Yeah. If he didn't pull triple reds there, and Maq would have still got second, but what I'm saying is, like, yeah, he got a worse chain because he dodged earlier, so he shocked like everyone in the boxes, so he probably got like what, a 5th place box at that.
Yeah.
So
you saw him pull out triple reds after, so not the best chain, but it was able to be enough to get second. So
it worked. It worked out. Yeah.
Control there for L.
All right, so. Finally, they get a track pick where it helps them reset the spots a little bit more, but very questionable for MV to have 3 of them all run past the first set. That gave Mystic or Gabriel kind of an easy first.
Yeah, when you're top spots, you want at least two of your team dropping. Even if it's your first place, like someone's got to get back there and get a golden or a star, or just something to hit them with. Yeah,
unless you're banking on third, pulling like triple shells or something, where you're just able to weave in and out.
A single shroom in third.
Yeah. It's actually not a good pull.
Looks like a bit of a hodgepodge for tracks here. Yoshi falls for L. And some indecision from MV, so.
MV obviously shook after that race.
And it's going to be another L track pick, so See if they're able to take advantage of their top spots. Starting in first here is a bit tough, I think, at least, because you got to get a mini turbo. You might be a little bit slow, especially when your team is second. Might be slowing
Yeah, I
a bit.
sometimes you just wheelie down the waterfall. I don't know how effective that is. That's what I do. But, I mean, I don't think it's that much slower.
And Maxi
is
going to hold third still a little bit. Gabriel's still in first, which is pretty important. And Maxi drafts up, so it's going to be a top 2 early for L. And TC in fourth. We'll see if he's able to pass this, but it's tough on this track.
Yeah, he might be able to finagle it.
Gabriel has the red, and there's a lot of boost panels. It's going to be tough for him to pass this off.
Yeah,
He's not able to.
So, good job there by Gabriel going
and 2, 3, 4, 5 for L. If they're able to get, I think it's Knacked up there. Oh, it's not Knacked. It's maybe KA. KA is up there.
Lifeboat has a star of the bill, so he's just probably going to hope that his teammate can get the shock. So nothing for Yax yet. Also the golden, not going to get the chain. But we do see L now 5-6, so one of the MD members did get up there, and nope, I guess Lifeboat doesn't have anything. So no one has any dodges. Looks like, and he spams the star, and there's another star in play. Okay.
I don't think anyone has shot, because I just saw Miles, I think, fall off, so...
Yeah, I don't think L would have it either. We see a lot of people dying now. Yax
still
got red in there.
From third all the way to last.
Wow, yeah.
Dang.
A lot of people died at the end there. The fact that I don't even know what people got. But a 1-3 is 6-8 for MV. I'm actually kind of surprised he got redded there because he literally almost fell off trying to dodge that red. I think he actually got redded over the gap so he didn't fall. Kind of crazy there. But yeah, MV still won that race, right? So this is pretty good
by
race,
a little bit. So we got a slight lead early for MV. This is not out of hand though for speed.
Yeah. That race also finished. That race also finished instantly. So Miles legitimately, I guess, finished lap 3.
And I think Emperor did DC, so it's kind of surprising Miles wasn't able to get shocked. And a DC here from MV.
Oh, that's
from Emperor again.
That is not a tactical timeout, actually, because MV...
Not a tactical timeout.
Yeah, that's a terrible timeout usage from MV.
So they're going to be pretty much forced to reset here.
Yep. If you took the over on DCs, congratulations.
There's going to be another bit of delay of game. Nitro subbing in for Emperor due to communication issues and internet issues. So we'll see how that affects how MV plays. I think Emperor is probably a bit better of a bagger than Nitro is, so could see a little bit of an edge here for L. Assuming Nitro is the one bagging.
You about to see an all run? Just kidding. Probably not.
Probably not.
Likes doing that, so.
But maybe. So now new spots for MV are 1, 3, 6, 7.
Yeah, so
kind of up and down spots here.
Off of the timeout.
They're going with GV, which is pretty good for their bottom spots. First might be able to hold something for a bit. So obviously the shortcut's pretty OP. GCNMC coming out from...
if you bet Mario Circuit... Uh-oh.
If you bet on a circuit track, you might be seeing some money coming your way.
And there it is.
Yep, there's the Mario Circuit. So the circuit pick is there, as usual. And they're going in, Lightspeed's going in with, what is it, like 2, 4, 5?
Alright, so let's see if anyone can snag a 6th place box somehow. And get some shrooms.
It looks like Nitro's running. It might be Knacked bagging. Looks like.
Knacked bagging. Oh, wow. Rip the 114.
Rip the 114. So there goes Yosher's prediction. Mine is still intact, though, I think.
Yeah, for sure. So he gets a golden 7th there. Pretty solid.
Good pull. Arbor slowing down.
Lifeboat taco cheese. We have MV245 from the looks of it. Let's see who's in first, though. But looks like Yak's going to get redded. Okay, so L's first because you see Nitro in last. Let's see what happens here after some people might take the shortcut. We only see Lifeboat and Yak's take it, though. So, a 1-5 for L, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's see. Did they go around in 8th?
I'm not sure, but they are falling behind, so they're clearly holding.
Yeah, they probably have something.
True, might be able to take the cut, but he's going to get redded. So
It's fine for them
4-5
anyway,
for L.
especially if they have shock. Oh, well, Maq just hit the chain shot. They don't have it if he's the Luigi. Is he?
Yeah, so I think Miles might be holding it. Looks like he's just kind of trying to stay away. Yeah,
Jax is
so we can expect an L shock here
Okay.
at some point. Looks like they still might have some of the top spots, so they might play it safe. But now a top 2 for MV.
They could shock themselves
Gonna
in the
change
boxes. Someone's getting delayed. They don't.
Someone's
shock.
in a star. Might be MV preventing a shot from coming. And it's going to be a top 2 for MV. Top 2-4, I think.
Okay.
SK died.
That was interesting. No shock. Word. There's a shock though, actually. Okay.
Yeah,
I guess
so it looks like L was forced to hold it because MV was just chaining dodges in the back.
All right, the Luigi's knocked, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Good race for MV. I mean, not much to say. Yak's just getting redded, but just kept shrooming through the shortcut. So, top 2, 6-8 for MV. Good race.
Yeah, close race, but still definitely winning for MV.
Top 2, 6-8. Any
Top 2,
tracks?
6-8. Sandwich spots. If I'm MV here, I'd probably go with like DDR, I think. I like that with bottom spots, top spots.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
They're going to go with KC, which is also a good choice for this. Goldens are so OP, and if you're able to get a green shell in the top spot, you can do the Shroomba. A lot of good options here for top 2, bottom 2, top 2, 6-8.
Yeah, I think Moo Meadows, Luigi Circuit, pretty good tracks as well, obviously.
Gorge, good for middle spots. Pretty much what you'd expect to see here with top 2, 6-8 from each team.
All right. All right, we go Gorge. 1-3 for MV. It's a pretty good race for L, or not pretty good. Pretty good track for L. You get a lot of shrooms middle spots. 5 item boxes for a set. So let's see what's gonna happen. He should be trailing right now. He is not trailing. Okay, there he is. Finally trailing.
Maxi looks like he was able to break into the top spots early. Still super tight pack. No one fell off. No one did anything stupid.
Yeah. So as long as if you get shrooms on this track, you really should be set. So being on first on this track doesn't usually mean much unless you get a big break for some reason. After the first few,
probably not going to be great for Yax. It looks like he might have just gotten that fib off on someone, which is pretty impressive. That's a tough spot to backspam someone.
So it looks like only a few people take the gap to at least pass Yax, but there's a good chance that Maxi might have triple shrooms, or 2 shrooms in second rather.
K was the first one to take it, so he's going to be able to hold down first.
He could also have shrooms too. So we'll see if they take the cut in top 2.
With the exception of 8th, it still is a tight pack.
Yeah, he kind of threw that red a little bit too early there, and then.
Now, even if K has a shroom, he might have trouble dodging that, and it looks like he doesn't.
He doesn't dodge it.
So we might see Maxi in first with the shroom here. He has not used anything. He was able to break that red earlier on the wall.
Yeah, there he goes.
Let's see what he does, and he makes gap.
it.
He's going to be in first place for Maxi. He's going to be pretty far ahead here.
So it looks like a lot of middle spots too after first. I think we saw like a glimpse of 145 for L. So if you're actually probably just going to keep trying to touch some boxes here, maybe hope you get a shroom. Unless L has shock, they might try to TS MV in 2-3 if they go for it. So, or they might just
MV does not have the shock, so Maq just fell off. So it might be an L shock, might be no shock. But
yeah, so let's see if they shock on the mushrooms.
I don't think anyone has it. It looks like he was shrooming.
And that's a shroom. Let's see if Yax gets TS going for it. No, he doesn't.
He's going to lock down first place.
So I guess
like a 1-3 for MV.
Was the shock just held, or yeah, it was. Okay, I guess. Interesting. It was a really fortunate shroom pull in second, but interesting to see no shock used though. Really, again.
Yeah, pretty lucky for you actually able to get the shroom and actually got blued. So.
And one of the things I'll say on this track is that I feel like a lot of teams are paranoid to actually use the shock because everyone's on the mushrooms and it's like, oh, don't TS me, you know? I got shrooms, and then they don't end up passing like anyone.
Right.
But it was still a decent race actually. They got 2-3-8, but it wasn't. I don't even think that was a winning race. But you know, it's just like on the mushrooms, everyone gets very scared to the point where you don't see shocks even used at that point. Also,
I did see Maq fall off pretty late, so if he did get it, then he was super, super late.
So it was a 2-3-5-8. I don't remember who the bag or what the bagger got, but regardless, some more sandwich spots, pretty much. 1-4 is a good
It is
drafting
drafting
track,
too.
so, yeah.
But RBC was already played, and that's the main one you'll see. So DDR is also a good pick for MV here. But it looks like it's L actually picking it. Surprising with the middle spots. You want to try to get the goldens, and taking Sandhop in first is pretty huge to get a breakaway.
Yeah, DDR starting in first is pretty good on DDR.
Yeah,
Sure.
so L picking it here, I'm not sure if that's the best strategy for them. And they're going to get their pick, so we'll see how they're able to play it. But
unless they're just going to ego chow and Yax, try to somehow bump him or something.
Yeah.
I hope he just fails it.
So it's only 30-point deficit if you go into the back half of the war, so it still really is anyone's game. But L's going to have to start putting together races.
Alright, so he doesn't go for Sandhop. And it looks like no one went for Sandhop. So he's going to able to hold on to first. Top 2 quick for MV. Obviously, the pack is very close, so if someone has a golden right now, they're going to get into first. So.
Exactly. A 6th place golden right now is pretty high value.
Bomb on his head. It might have hit Nitro behind him, though. But Yak's able to hold on to first for now. But we'll probably see a lot of people do the ultra shortcut.
Maq is winning bagging by a considerable margin, so we'll see if he's able to pull it up here.
So, looks like only 2 people are going for it. He's going to keep first. Probably.
Unless this is a golden cut behind him, which it is.
Yeah, but
he's still going to be holding first.
He hit the wall a little bit, though. So we'll see who's in second. But if he's not looking back, then that means their teammate's probably second. So MV probably top 2 because he didn't look back there. Yeah. That's just what I'm assuming. But so we see Miles there. Not sure what he's doing.
Not sure, but you did see Maq just respawn there, so he might have pulled it in 9th, and he's just protecting it.
Yeah, so
you see him. Yeah, he's just circling around, so it could be a shock in 9th here for Lightspeed.
No, he's in Bill now. He's in Bill. So looks like L.
That's an acting Bill.
Yeah,
so, yeah,
L could have shock. We see someone do the ultra, but kind of fail. So MV's still kind of top 2. Their lead is just once again kind of increasing per race.
At this point, no matter what shock you use, you're probably not going to get even top 2 at this point. So
yeah, they need a blue and
some damage control with this one.
There's actually a blue, so maybe they can salvage some middle spots here if they get some lucky pulls in the boxes.
At best, they're getting a 2, 3, 4. They're going to need some mid spot dodges. They're going to get him after boxes here. You got to assume. Yeah, and there it is.
So let's see if he gets shock redded. Third really could use a red right here actually, but doesn't seem like there's going to be a red in play. So top 2 for MV. And top 3 for MV. Wow.
So it looks like that shock actually helped them more than it did.
Yeah, no kidding.
So that's going to be another great race for MV.
So no one dodged from L, it looks like either, from the looks of it, unless they were like super far behind or it didn't really matter. So MV just broke away. It's kind of weird too. Yax didn't even do the Sandhop and he still broke away. Crazy. There's just no contest from L at all that race, it feels like. Alright, so it looks like L's thinking about their dinner plans for tonight. So they're going to have to step it up. Put the dinner plans on hold, man. Top 3.
This is a maple for me. I'm not sure how much MV likes maple, but this is a maple in my book here. Probably going to go with MH, though.
Turning on the custom tracks.
Yeah.
Nice. Alright. Let's see what they get. And oh, wow.
It is a maple. Easy. This is a great pick for
hand him his money. Maple. We haven't played Moonview yet either.
No, so they're splitting Moonview. And
looks like Yax is listening.
Yax the odd man out, the leader of the team, getting the only track thing for MT.
Wow, crazy.
Yep, everyone else is going MH. So pretty much what we expected. GV, good comeback track for L if they're able to take rock and respawn and get the shock and all that.
Yeah, so L's down.
MV has been forced to use a lot of like reset tracks where they can just reset the spots. So they're gonna have
that's what happens
when they have to start their comeback now.
That's what happens when you lose a lot of races. You're picking these reset tracks, and they finally get one. But you're down 49 here. They're gonna need a big race. Some top 2s, top 3s here. So let's see if third should slow down for streams probably, but he doesn't. So MV just believes in all running. They don't want to stop at the boxes at all. And looks like we got some TC passing, and it goes to Arbor.
Nice TC pass from MV there.
Yeah.
Arbor's gonna get stuck up here. He's not gonna get the box, and
It
that's
actually
the
went
gold.
it went to KA actually, and then it went to Arbor somehow. So let's see if he's gonna make the rock hop here. And good
he
red
blocks
shell
the red,
dodge.
nice red
Wow.
block there, and nails the rock. A little bit scuffed, but going around.
Yeah, it kind
still be a top
it's
spot.
kind of contested by the red, so can't really blame him for that.
Can't blame him
He's
for
able to
that.
get
Yeah,
it
that's
first.
true.
So once again, not looking back. So I guess maybe they're top 2, I suppose.
Yax is not a mirror spammer.
Oh
So
no!
he-
Look at that.
he- oh.
Okay, there, now you use the mirror now. There we go. Sometimes you got to learn.
Could be a testament to how much Yax trusts his team, not looking backwards like almost at
Yeah,
all.
just assumes they're second all the time.
And second place, I think that's Paragon taking rock, and
And
he's
he
gonna
makes
make.
it. Wow.
I think that's first place.
Yeah,
Yep.
so he's gonna have a nice break now. Looks like MV probably did respawn because he's throwing things away
He's
from
throwing
the.
fibs away, so it's got to be at least 2-3 here for MV.
Let's see. We see both the baggers here.
Both baggers are super close. If I had to guess, it'd be Miles, and Maq is chasing him. So I think we're looking at an L shot.
I mean, yeah. Well, yeah. I think the actor shooting or something. So looks like you're probably right. L has the shot.
It's either L has
Mac's
shots or
contesting
nobody has
though.
shot.
Yeah. So we might see some people dodge a respawn. Knack trying all he can to pull a shroom. Doesn't pull one, and it looks like
Everyone's
the whole
taking
room is
cut.
taking the cut.
See, there's a late dodge, maybe.
They might just hold it because
They
everyone
might
just
just hold
took
it. There it
Oh,
is. And Max is
Maxi.
going to dodge. He's going to pass 2 MV members. It
Oh.
might be a top 2 here for L.
Great call by Maxi. He gets himself, he dodges himself, gets MV out of the cut, so they're able to get top 2-6 on this GV race. So
Nice little race for them.
good job by who did the rock 2 again? Again, that huge break, but regardless of top 2.
And yeah, top 2, 6, 7. Nitro DC'd, so that's tough for MV.
Oh my
So we're going to have to do a bit of a score
You
readjustment.
sub in the person that disconnects just to get disconnected again. Wow. All right. Well,
Unfortunate. All right. That's 8 races down. MV, we'll try to get the scores. It's going to be a little bit weird to get the scores there because yeah, it's kind of spamming through results, and there was a DC there. But we got about 40-ish point lead for MV going into GP3. Today for analysis, we have the leader of Phantasmagoria, Virate. Tell us what's going on. So Derek, let's hear it. What have you been? You've been watching Maxi's point of view, listening to Lightspeed's call. What's going on there?
So basically, the two teams have like the exact same play style. They're just holding the drive button. They're just holding A the whole time, right?
Yeah.
And it's been pretty obvious that MV is the better team. L's dealing with that pretty well. Like they're not really tilting or anything. They've been pretty positive throughout the whole 8 races that we've seen so far. But what L needs to do is they need to really get creative with their strategy. I know that they picked DDR a couple races ago, and you had a comment on that, I heard. They need to probably start picking some tracks that are going to benefit them more because MV's just outrunning them. They're constantly, top 2, top 3. The general vibe that I'm getting is that it's MV's race and they're L's just playing around them, trying to avoid whatever they're throwing at them. And a luck track will probably help that. I'm not saying like a full Luigi circuit, Mario circuit pick, maybe something like Peach Gardens or MC3, something that's going to help them get to the front. Miles has been pulling a decent amount of shocks. I just don't think they're using them too well. That was their shotgun DDR that gave him the top 3.
Yeah.
One other thing is that, and because MV's they're definitely the better team right now, but L's just losing a lot of individual 1v1s. I saw Maxi just struggling behind K on Yoshi Falls, and he fell behind, and they almost got top 2 because of it, because Nat came up, but luckily Maxi greened him. But what I would say that L just needs to do is just change up the track picks, because that's really their only hope. They've got 4 races left, and they need a couple huge races to come back.
Right. Now, overall mood of L's call, down forwarding to GP3, you think that's going to change at all? Like, do they have the right mindset right now?
They do. They've got Gabriel, who's definitely the team leader right now, and they should definitely start listening to him more because he said some really good things in terms of strategy. But the runners are doing well mentally. Miles is starting to do a little bit better. He had a rough start. I know MV pulled shock in ninth at RBC, and that was a little bit tough for him, but he did bounce back, and he's been pulling plenty of shocks. So I don't think any individual's the problem right now.
All right. So yeah, we got a 40-point deficit going into GP3 for L. It looks like we're waiting on. I don't even know who we're waiting on. Maq maybe.
Yeah, it looks like Nitro did join. So
Derek, we'll see you in the post game. Thanks for that.
All right, thank you.
All right, yeah, and there he is. So we should be getting started momentarily.
So yeah, pretty good analysis from him.
Yeah, that was really nice.
I think simpler tracks, like you said. And
Exactly.
It doesn't have to be luck tracks, but
No,
simpler.
simpler tracks.
see-
Gardens, something that they can just get up to the front easily on. Gardens, Mumu, I think would be a good pick for them.
We did see GC and Mario Circuit earlier from them, but it didn't really benefit them either. So I guess we'll see what we end up picking here. But I think they were the team that picked DDR though, right? So that's probably one of the hardest tracks to play, especially if you're a newcomer in this game at least. So 2-3-5 for L. It's getting kind of sandwich spots 1-4 for drafting though. Obviously BC3 coming out from Yax.
Pretty good.
And, we could have 10 BC3.
BC3.
We could have 10. And it looks like we
Bit of a clash of mindsets here. A clash of Mario Kart philosophy, track pick philosophy.
Yeah, so yeah,
Pretty interesting.
DC3 is a weird one. Like
It's a
I
weird
feel
one.
like it's a simple track, but at the same time, sometimes it's not. Especially if you go for ultra, a lot of people tend to struggle with it for some reason.
When a shortcut's that powerful, starting spots don't matter a ton. I think it's best when you have like first and bottom spots because first can block cut. Maybe the other team will unblock it for you, and then you can take it.
Yeah, regardless, I do like the pick though, because it's a track where you can get a lot of good spots on. It's a risky pick, but
It's a risky pick, yeah.
I feel like you could get top threes easily on this track. So,
Well, this is a track that requires a lot of communication with blocking cut and whether or not to block cut. So
yeah.
we'll see who outshines who here. It looks like Lifeboat's going to go for a block, and he misses
Cut
it.
is not blocked,
And Yax takes it pretty easily. It's going to be an early first place for Yax. So Paragon takes it right behind him. See if he's goldening up. And he's
so
not.
1-3
Yax
for
is gonna hold
MV.
first.
1-3 for MV to start. That's a good start for MV. Getting out to the front early on this track is still really good, even though the shortcut is huge.
Yax going to go aggressive here with 1-3, with a close 1-3.
Yeah, and there's the
And
first
blue to early, so Paragon's going to be in first.
And it looks like did Lifeboat? Yeah, he probably got bumped really bad or something when or when Paragon tried to avoid that green. So 2-3 for MV.
L probably has a lot of bottom spots here. They're probably going to want to go for maybe leaving cut open, but looks like Lifeboat's going to block it anyway.
So he had a shroom, and they call shock. So
that's a really good shot for them. Paragon's able to take cut.
Yeah.
Envy's not able to block it. We're going to see if L's going to take maybe shroomless, but it looks like they're just going to be coming up to try to contest with 3 spots.
I think it's fine, even though no one dodged, because you're just securing first, and then you're just going to fight for the middle spots, lap 3. You could easily just unblock it for yourselves as well, especially if you're 10th, which it looks like L's bagger is 10th as well. So, solid shot
for MV. That was a good shot for them. Paragon's pretty much gone now.
Well, he's getting blued though.
We're going to have to kind of pick up the slack.
Okay, hit the backspin though, so the blue's not going to matter as much. And they canceled
another shock.
Wow, they canceled the blue. Interesting.
Really interesting.
We see 2 people in stars coming up though. Arbor coming up. We'll see if the cut's going to be on block, because I'm assuming Arbor probably got a pretty good chain out of that.
Now, you think Yax is going to stop on cut with this Mega?
He's going to go for Ultra. He's going for go big or go home.
Go big or go home, and he makes it. Nice play by Yax. Risky play, but a nice one. And looks like...
Wait. Whoa, what happened to Arbor, bro? What the... Oh, no. It looks like L's only second now.
I think next he might have a little bit of a lead on
oh, no. Yeah, Maxi's first.
And he lost first.
Oh, he lost first. Yeah. Oh, my God.
That's a 1-3-4 for MV. Wow.
All right. What happened? What happened to first?
What happened to Paragon is my question. I thought he was already gone. I stopped paying attention to him. I thought Paragon was locked in. I thought he was locked in there, and I was wrong.
Might have failed a low jump, bro.
Might have failed a low jump. That was a really kind of a confusing second shot. I guess it maybe at the moment makes sense.
From the last one.
That was really strange strategy though.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if anything, like, you can leave the cut unblocked and then just target shock MV if they're going for shock, and then you
Right.
can dodge Paragon, who dodging a star, right? So
It's 1,
and he
3,
probably
4.
could have got a good chain and probably took the cut himself. But I don't know, very questionable. And I think first probably failed because he had a huge break. I don't know what just happened to him. He wasn't even in the top 4 when people were doing cuts. So I don't know.
It was.
His dog might have.
I mean, first shock makes sense. Baggers on BC3, as long as the other bagger's not consistently chasing you, you can usually get pretty far away from him. So, first shock made sense to me. That was a pretty well used shock. Second one felt a little bit early, felt a little bit premature. I think they might have been able to chain later and then get shrooms, so MV gets maybe TS and can't block it.
There's a certain point of when you should cancel blues and when you shouldn't cancel blues. I
Right.
feel like in that situation, you don't need to cancel.
You don't cancel the blue. No,
But
he had a big breakaway regardless, and he could have blocked cut, and
he
just
failed.
kind of put him in a
anyway
weird
after.
spot.
Oh man, well, this just sucks. I guess that's a killer for your team just because of the shock and the person failing in first. Kind of ruins your mentality. I feel like too, especially getting a 1-3-4 for MD. So now they're gonna need some huge races. Down 51 with 3 to go. Each gardens. They get the
Not
reset
impossible.
track. Yeah. So
Second place
Place
box.
box,
And he gets the
wow.
screen. Wow.
all the Suswees.
Paragon did as well, so he might have triple shroom because he got like a fourth, fifth, or sixth
Yeah,
place box.
but once again, man, we're seeing L just like failing right out of there.
Yeah.
You know, like just failing for no
They
reason.
need the top spots to secure this. And they're kind
I
of.
feel like if he had shrooms, he probably would have just rage shroomed there too. So I don't think he has triple shrooms.
Yeah. So it doesn't look like there's going to be any shrooms in top spots, and Yex is just going to try to run the best he can in first. For Peach Gardens, this is a super, super close pack.
It is, yeah.
Usually you see top 2 or top 3 kind of gone by now.
Unfortunately, his mirror button is broke half the time, so we don't know who's behind him, but we're gonna see. Okay, we
He's
see
taking
second take cut,
and
Lifeboat.
Lifeboat, and Paragon, and Arbor.
Okay.
So
Oh, Lifeboat got hit. What did he get hit by?
you get
the heck?
sight maybe? I don't even know what he get hit
Ghost
by.
screen?
Bib up from Yax, misses wide. Top 3 for L.
Yeah, so now, you're probably just trying to back there. Yeah, so that was a fail, though, from Yax, but Lifeboat hits the mana, though. So
Top
there's
3,
a pow.
5 for L. Bagging is super tight right now.
Yeah, looks like, does Nact have it? Because he's just trying to
went
bait
forward.
him.
Nact has shock. Okay, so it's an MV shock,
Yeah.
and Yax has a star. Yax calls most of MV's shock, so we can probably expect something right up here and getting everyone in the
Oh,
box.
Nitro has a TC. Okay, so he didn't have anything. KA might have something. Okay, they're gonna use it after cut probably. Yep.
Yeah, and TS is maxing cut. That's a good delayed shock there from MV. Build dodge
Yeah.
here from K, and he's going to be in
Didn't
first.
he
and it's
just
going to
use
be
his golden or no? Okay, now he's using it.
Now he's using it. Got bumped there a bit. I don't mind that
Yeah.
golden hole. He could have maybe gotten into first with it or just golden through the grass.
No, I was just wondering. Oh, that's why he sometimes
Flew
just hold
immediately.
it.
This pack is still super tight, so anything can happen in this last
Top 2 for MV. Does he get the box though? Could get redded. Oh, MV's top 3
Light
though.
shooting up. This is going to be a top 3.
Oh no! Close the curtains. Is there a bomb snipe to save the day? Nope. It's
Nope,
over.
top 3 for MV. That's a well-executed race for MV.
That's a wrap.
Not sure whether Nat got it in 9th or 10th. Doesn't matter. I mean, but
Oh man. But I
Really
mean, L just be flopping.
yeah, but L just. I mean, they were able to get up there lap 2, but when the other team gets shocked, it's tough to hold. And they were able to. That was a super tight pack the whole time. So top spots really didn't even matter there. Top spots really only matter on this track if you're able to break away with them lap 1, and it was just super tight on lap 2. It's pretty irrelevant. So
Yeah.
top 3, 6, 9 for MV, and that's probably going to be a wrap for L. But
Yeah, I mean, I guess you never know, but I think is it even mathematically possible? 2 top 5s in here?
it would be tough. It's probably not worth it for L. They're probably just going to try to fight for that 3rd seed. We got a 74-point deficit for L, so it's possible. However,
I say they need to all run because
You gotta all run
AP2's playing astronomical this week, and I think aren't they like huge favorites?
Yeah,
Right.
AP2 is
Yeah. So if AP2 wins, they'll be 3-1. So, and then they play Lightspeed last week. Okay.
Sherberland.
Okay,
So
so-
L gets their pick. Let's see if they go all
right.
in.
So theoretically, I'm looking at the standings. Second through fourth could all go 3-2.
Mm-hmm.
So the plus or minus doesn't matter. It depends on how things play out. But because Lightspeed does play AP2 the last week, so if Lightspeed does beat AP2, then the plus or minus is gonna determine the tiebreaker between the three teams.
And okay, so we see that both teams are bagging. So pretty much gonna solidify an MV win. But see if L's able to keep it close. They are probably worried about the point differential.
Yeah, they're worried about the point differential more, I guess.
A little bit of a bump into the wall there. We'll see if it's a penalty. I don't think that's really that much, though. It's going to be -5 at most.
So AP2 versus Lightspeed week 5 would be a huge match for Lightspeed.
Mm-hmm.
But regardless, we'll talk about some of the races now. So you see Yax in 6. And it looks like L is
3, 4, 5.
5. Yeah, 3, 4, 5 here. I think MV's top 2 though, so
Yeah, I think MB was able to golden up early, so
maybe
But
not,
still,
they're not
again,
top 2.
this pack is super tight, so anything can happen.
Mhm.
Looks like Miles is winning bagging by a little
Yeah,
bit.
it is.
See if he gets shot. He falls off the bill, so
Yep, so now Maq is going to be winning. So very, very close pack, like you said. L being 6-7 here. So a lot of mixed spots, I feel like, at the moment. So this is going to come down to lap 3.
ooh,
And,
nice
we
bomb
got-
snipe. You don't expect that coming from 8th place.
I think, does Nact have it? Like, what's he doing? Why is he going back now again? Nact is confusing me.
I don't know, but I feel like they would have called that shot if
So,
they had it.
Nitro.
And Miles just coming out of a star. Looks like he's trying to hit Knack,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, so Nitro got TC'd there. Yax is going to hold this PAL until his teammates let him use it. But Lightspeed's pretty good spots right now, as you see some MV mungers in 4th, 3-4. Okay, 3-4-5 for MV.
and
It
back
looks like-
bomb gonna hit.
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah,
KA's
a lot of top
second then.
spots here
Okay,
for
so
MV.
3-4-5 looks like. So if MV gets second, this one's certainly a wrap regardless.
Yeah,
And yep, MV is going to take this one home. 2-4-5.
still one race left, but mathematically it's just not gonna be possible for them unless there's like a repick in a top 5. But you're not gonna see that in a league match, so pretty much a wrap here
Yep.
for Lightspeed.
Big win for MV. Really needed that one.
Yeah. So this with the win here, MV pretty much locks up their spot for the top bracket. So it's going to be interesting to see how they are able to compete against some of the higher level teams.
So with this win, MV would move to 2-2. Right?
With this win, MV moves, yes, to 2-2. We're gonna well, it's kind of iffy because we're gonna see if they replay against Nightfall because they have the win against Blue Thunder that dropped out.
Right.
So, not sure what's gonna happen there. But like I said, Megavolt's gonna be playing a lot of really good teams in the top bracket because this basically locks it up for them. And against Ethereal, they lost 476 to 256. So might be a bit of an uphill battle once this group stage ends.
Yeah, so, if Blue Thunder, if they don't replay any of their matches, Megavolt's going to have a tough week 5 versus Nightfall, because that's who they would be playing, it looks like. So it's kind of unfortunate, especially if the other teams don't replay their matches versus Nightfall. They kind of got cheesed a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if MV loses versus Nightfall week 5, that'll put them 2-3, and then you have Lightspeed versus AP2, which is obviously a huge matchup.
Yeah, it's going to be a tight one between those two teams and an important one for the top bracket.
But let's say Lightspeed loses that, right? So they're 2-3, and then if MV loses versus Nightfall, they're also 2-3. So then it would come down to this match for the head-to-head tiebreaker. And that's also assuming if Ethereal beats Nightfall, you got a lot of different factors here.
Obviously.
But
based off what we can almost pretty safely assume,
yeah,
important match next week for Lightspeed.
For sure, because if they end up losing that, then it looks like the head-to-head's going to matter in this matchup.
And Yak's
Yak's
double redded.
Double redded there. Yeah. But L's bottom spots here, 6-7 as well. Maxi electing to not go for single and just go around the full shortcut. You don't want to risk single. Jonage fails it a lot. So, but we'll see. So L's all the bottom spots, it looks like. From the looks of things, the bagging battle, we have Max maybe pulling the shock.
I think Max might have got it in 9th. He's running. Oh,
he just fell off. He
went
fell
to
off.
just lose Bill. So that's kind of a weird strat to go forward with Bill there. I mean, I guess you got to get rid of it. Doesn't really matter at this point. But just in general, if you don't know the backward strat, which I'm assuming that doesn't, because I don't think he's really a bagging main. If you get Bill in, over in that section, I mean, I guess you got to lose it there, but you're giving your teammate, your opponent, a bunch of free boxes and 10.
We'll see if L has it though, because MV's top 4. If they have it, then Yax is going to slow down with him for sure.
Mm-hmm. And that's what he's going to do. So it's probably still worth just dodging him and just getting everyone else. Oh, really well executed shock.
Yeah, that he could have slowed down a little bit more because he knew what was going to happen.
Yeah,
but
looks like we also have worth it getting even behind one of the other players.
Looks like we also have a disconnection. Maxi got hit out of there, but a disconnection as well. Not a DCs this match, unfortunately. Unless I'm just tripping, of course. And down he goes.
A bit of a change of mind there for
okay.
It looks like he's going to be.
I'm tripping. Yeah, but it looks like Arbor also failed, so it's going to be probably more of a neutral race regardless.
Neutral race, probably, and another element failed. So maybe no, still 7 for Yax, but a lot of bottom spots for L that race. But even with that super well used shock, they were able to get Yax right out of cannon.
Yeah, I mean, MV just the favorite, probably just a better team here. So
yeah.
Ellis just got a lot of work to do. Try to clean up some of the fails, work on consistency a little bit more.
MV is a team that is playing scrims almost all the time. I don't see L that much on the Weemfi streets outside of league matches. So that definitely gave MV an advantage here. Finish this one, close it off, and So the final score of 401 to 331. Megavolt beating Lightspeed in Group B. And here to recap with us is Derek. Derek, how did GP3 go?
So the only race I really want to talk about is BC3. Miles came in super clutch for them and he pulled 2 shocks. So he played that really well. And their first shock wasn't that bad. It was... I
like their first shock.
It was okay. Because they were banking on the second shock and they got it. And I mean, they were down a lot, so they took a risk. I don't blame them for that. It's the second shock that I really had a problem with. They canceled a blue, and they dodged in 7-8 first set and changed stars, and the cut was wide open, and MV just took 3 to cut. And the first shock wasn't perfect, but out of the 2, I think that was the better one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the first shock was fine in the sense that, like you said, you're getting a second shock, and then you're just kind of banking on, even if you don't get the second shock, you can unblock the cut for yourselves, but you're just still securing first, regardless of a fail, what he did. And then the second shock, I just found the second shock very questionable. Could have been held a little bit longer.
It was kind of just instant, because they said they had shock, and then I think Paragon called it like the second he was getting blued. And I don't think they planned that very well. And he realized it too after. He was like, I don't think I should have called that. So.
It seemed like kind of a panic shock. I think the right play there was to just let him get blued, maybe block cut, maybe even leave it open, and then have your bottom spots dodge at the section right before the ramps. That box set right before the grates.
You could have left it open too and just tricked them all and just be like, you can go for cut, and then just dodge into stars.
Yeah, they had 2
stars, change the shrooms.
Yeah.
They forced them all to go around, and it could have probably been a top 3 if they use a really good shock there, if everything goes right for them. But
yeah, and that could have been a huge game changer because that was the first race of the GP. They would have been easily within winning range for the rest of the GP. And Paragon was pretty gone too. He had like a 5-second break because he took cut lap 1 or lap 2, and they called it. That's what they were doing. They let him take cut first, and then they shocked.
MV, correct me if I'm wrong, but you play against them quite a bit.
Yeah.
Is this what you expected to see from them overall, basically?
Yeah. They lived up to expectations there. They played well. They did what they're expected to do. They just pretty much ran. They dealt well with when they didn't get shocked. They played well when they got shocked. They're definitely an exceptional team.
Mm-hmm. They're probably going to make it to the top bracket. You think they're going to have much success there, or do you think that's when they're kind of going to fizzle out?
It depends on who they play versus, because I think there's going to be still a pretty big skill gap between teams in the top bracket. Maybe it'll take a couple rounds, and then we'll start to see every match be close. But they can definitely pull some upsets. They have a lot of potential. They have some good chemistry and some good depth.
Yeah. If I'm looking at this right, MV might be one of the lowest seeds because they have a chance of going 2 and 3 and getting the 3rd seed, or the 3rd seed out of this group. So, I mean, that might be tough for them because they're going to play a top seed like when all things are done from the group stages onto the bracket.
All right. Well, I think that'll do it. Sorry for a bunch of DCs that match. Thanks for bearing with us. Thanks for watching. And see you guys soon.